Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. So this one is for, mainly for the children of Yasharel. Um, I don't say that with any disrespect to anybody else, but just because this is who the covenants were promised to, and this is who His word is going to be brought forth through. Um, and it's their duty, it's our duty to fully wake up, to repent, and to walk correctly, not contrary to the ways of Yah. So this is essentially the alarm clock, Deuteronomy 32, which is the song of Moses, and what I believe is the covenant of peace. So may Yah, for the children of Yasharel, may Yah bless you and keep you. May Yah make His face shine upon you. May He be gracious unto you. May Yah lift up His countenance upon you and give you peace. And that's Numbers 6:24 through 26. So in Deuteronomy 32, again, the Song of Moses, I was watching a video on YouTube, and it was breaking down what I forget which nations used it. It's right on the tip of my tongue, but it's a specific type of covenant between a vassal state and rulership, right? So the covenant is called like a suzerainty treaty. And I would encourage you guys, if you don't know what that is, and I didn't know what that was before today, to go look it up. A suzerainty, I believe it's called, treaty. You can go look it up on YouTube. Actually, I'll show you right now, the suzerainty treaty of Deuteronomy, okay? That video kind of breaks down what this verse and essentially Deuteronomy is all about. It's a covenant between Yah and His people. We're expected to act a certain way and to uphold certain things in His place on earth, and in doing so, we get to enjoy all of the blessings promised in Deuteronomy 27, I believe, or reap all the curses promised in Deuteronomy 28. And we've accomplished both. We've managed to live through both as a people, as a nation, and we're living hopefully at the end of the curses of Deuteronomy 28. We spent 490 years off of our land, 70 times 7, 70 weeks described in Daniel. Excuse me. And so without further ado, we'll just jump right into it. And I am going to skim through this verse because I wanted to get to a couple of other things, just to point people in the right direction. I'm not here. I would love to do this all day, every day. But I do have other constraints in this lifetime at this current time, and I think it's supposed to be like that because I can't spoon feed the flock right now. I would love to. Yah knows I would love to, but I think my purpose is to just point people in the right direction, which gives everyone a choice on whether they want to listen to these words and go seek for themselves, and to find out if what I'm saying is true and what Yah said is true, or if they want to continue to live in the ways of the world and what they're used to. All right, so the Song of Moses. Again, before you even read or listen to what I'm saying, I would definitely go look at that video that I just showed you, the suzerainty treaty of Deuteronomy, just to have an understanding of what we're really reading, right? All right. Give ear, O heavens, and I will speak, and hear, O earth, the words of my mouth. And remember, the mouth of Yah was Moses. Moses was His mouthpiece. My doctrine shall drop as the rain. My speech shall distill as the dew. So what happens when it rains, right? If there's seed planted in the ground, or in a person in this instance, if there's seed in them, the rain is going to help it to grow, right? That's exactly kind of what it's saying. So once we wake up and snap out of Christianity, Islam, Buddha, Hindu, all these different things that have, or atheism, whatever you believe, once the Hebrews, the children of the covenants, wake up and they really spend time with Yah and His word, His words are going to be like rain on the grass. They're going to help you to grow so much in such a short period of time. You just got to want it. You just got to be, the soil has to be tilled, if you will. And that's what he's been doing the last 490 years. Go look at a tilling instrument and what it does. It looks painful to the soil, but it gets the soil ready for whatever is planted in it, right? So he planted all these experiences in us as a people. And all we have to do now is ask for the rain, which is his word, right? As the small rain upon the tender herb, as showers upon the grass, right? Rain, showers, water. It's all things that bring life. Because I will publish the name of the Lord, Yahweh Yasha. That's the name that we should be calling on right now. Yah is salvation. Okay? Yah is the Savior. Ascribe ye greatness unto our God. He is the rock. His work is perfect, for all his ways are judgment. A God of truth and without iniquity. Just and right is he. They, meaning us, the children of Yasharel, have corrupted themselves. Their spot is not the spot of his children. They are a perverse and a crooked generation. You know what? We'll switch up to, it's just easier to read in the New American Standard. All right, so we'll go back down to where we were. A faithful God, without deceit, just and upright is he, yet his degenerate children have treated him basely, right? We've treated Yah very low. We're a twisted and crooked generation. Is this how you repay the Lord, our master, our owner? So foolish and unwise a people, right? We believe anything that people want to sell us, any and everything. We go seeking, for our harlotry and anywhere else but, where we're supposed to be at. Essentially, Yah's people are for the streets, if you want to put it like that, right? Is he not your father who begot you, the one who made you and established you? Remember the days of old. So remember the days of old, that's a commandment in itself right there. That's like, go and try to understand what happened to you guys, right? And it tells us in multiple places, but one place that we can look immediately is Psalm 78. Go read through Psalm 78, and it tells us a little bit about the days of old, what happened, what Yah did for us, Red Sea. He put us in the mountains. He gave us water from the rock. He did this, X, Y, and Z, everything. Just go look at Psalm 78. It's a quick recount of remembering the days of old. Consider the years of generations past. Ask your father, he will inform you. Your elders, they will tell you. When the Most High allotted each nation its heritage, when he separated out human beings, he set up the boundaries of the peoples after the number of the divine beings. But the Lord's portion was his people. His allotted share was Jacob. He found them in a wilderness, a wasteland of howling desert. He shielded them and cared for them, guarded them as the apple of his eye. As an eagle incites its nestlings, hovering over its young, so he spread his wings and took them. So this is just comparing the imagery. If you go look at a video, on YouTube, of how an eagle teaches its young to fly. It takes them up very, very high on their back and then drops them 90 feet, 100 feet, and then it swoops down under them and catches them on their wings again. And then it repeats the process over and over. So that's essentially what Yah is doing to his children. As an eagle incites its nestlings, hovering over its young, so he spread his wings and took them, bore them upon his pinions. He took us up very high. The times of King David, the times of King Solomon. We were all Torah, learning, prophets, all X, Y, and Z. But he let us fall when he took his hand off of us, or his support away from us. What do? We didn't learn how to fly. So he's going to come back again and take us up to the heights and repeat the process. The Lord alone guided them. No foreign god was with them. Pay attention. No foreign god was with them. It was only Ahaya, Yahayasha, only the Creator. There was no Jesus. There was no J.C. Penney. It was nothing. It was just Ahaya, right? He had them mount the summits of the land. So those are the mountains over in Nevada. He put us on the mountains, and we used to farm in the valleys. He fed them the produce of its fields. He suckled them with honey from the crags and oil from the flinty rock, butter from cows, butter from cows and milk from sheep with the best of lambs, Bashan, bulls and goats with the cream of the finest wheat and the foaming blood of grapes you drank. So essentially, if Yah was married to us, he gave us everything. He gave us clothing, he gave us food, he gave us wine, he gave us everything. Imagine being married to somebody, you gave them everything, they're a stay-at-home wife, and then they go and cheat on you. That's what we did, right? We had no reason. So what did Yah do? He hid his face from us. He's like, oh, this is how you want to treat me? Bet. Go ahead, and let's see how you fare in the end, right? Jeshurun grew fat and kicked. You became fat and gross and gorged. They forsook the God who made them and scorned the rock of their salvation. With strange gods they incited him, and abominations they provoked him to anger, which we still do today, right? Sports, politics, movies, all these things are strange gods. Yah should be in all of our thoughts. We should always be thinking, why did Yah create this? How does it apply to my life? How can I serve him through it? That's life right there. They sacrificed to demons, to no gods, to gods they had never known. Newcomers from afar, before whom your ancestors had never trembled. You think King David knew who J.C. Penney was? No, he didn't. He wasn't writing those songs about him. He was writing it about his creator. You were mindful of the rock that begot you. You forgot the God who gave you birth, right? We were birthed at the Red Sea. That's when we became a nation. That's when we came through the waters, right? When you come into this world, you come through the waters of your mother, right? That was our birth. The Lord saw and was filled with loathing. Provoked by his sons and daughters, he said, I will hide my face from them and see what becomes of them. For they are a fickle generation, children with no loyalty in them, since they have incited me with the no God, J.C. Penney, and they have provoked me with their empty idols, right? All the stupid stuff that we do today. You want to be a rapper, you want to be a movie star, you want to be a basketball player, you want to be X, Y, and Z, right? You want to go make $1 million being a drug dealer come on. I will incite them with a no people. Go look up orphan train babies, go look up the Cabbage Patch babies, go look up the babies sold at world fairs, and that's essentially the MAGA base today. With a foolish nation, I will provoke them. For by my wrath, a fire is kindled, that raged to the depths of Sheol. It has consumed the earth with its yield and set on fire the foundations of the mountains. I will heap evils upon them, and I will exhaust all my arrows against them. And these are some of his arrows: emaciating hunger, consuming fever, and bitter pestilence. And if you dig into these words a little bit more in the Bible Hub app, the Strong's Concordance, you can see exactly what they mean. This is the stuff that we're dealing with today. These diseases that don't go away, the cancer, there's a lot there. In the teeth of wild beasts I will send it among them, with the venom of reptiles, gliding in the dust. Out in the street the sword shall bereave, and at home the terror, for the young man and the young woman alike, the nursing babe as well as the gray beard. So every one of his people that are under covenant, that are under the original contract outlined in Deuteronomy, this is their fare, right? Or this was our fare over the last 490 years. I said, I will make an end of them, right? So let me just back up real quick. Out in the street, the sword shall bereave, and at home, the terror. So just think about who gets the most of the worst crime over the last 450 years, and I'll leave it at that. I said, I will make an end of them and blot out their name from human memory. Had I not feared the provocation by the enemy, that their foes might misunderstand and say, our own hand had won the victory. The Lord had nothing to do with any of it, for they are a nation devoid of reason, having no understanding. If they had insight, talking about the children of Israel, they would realize this, and they would consider their latter end. How could one rout 1,000 or two put 10,000 to flight? Unless it was because their rock had sold them, the Lord had delivered them up. Indeed, their rock is not like our rock. Our enemies are fools. For their vine is from the vine of Sodom and from the vineyards of Gomorrah. Okay, so let me see. There's something else I wanted to show you real quick. What did I say? So yeah, remembering Song 78, that just recounts a lot of what Yah did for his people. Because again, Deuteronomy 32, this is meant to be the wake-up call. This is supposed to open your eyes, the alarm clock, the, oh shoot, what have we done kind of moment, right? Let's get back to worshiping the true creator. All right, so be glad then, you children of Zion, and rejoice in the Lord your God, for he hath given you the former rain moderately, and he will cause to come down for you the rain, the former rain and the latter rain in the first month. So remember, Deuteronomy 32 starts off with comparing his speech to rain. So whenever he decides to move, might be this year, it might be this year, might be next year, but the first month of whichever year he chooses, the month of Abib, we're going to start to wake up and understand that the rain is his speech and his words, not the red words, not the fake red wine, the poison of asp, but his words that we're supposed to be consuming, right? And living by. Behold, God is exalted by the power. Who teaches like him? And that was Joel 2:23, by the way. I'm sorry. Who hath enjoined him his way? Or who can say, thou hast wrought iniquity? Remember that thou magnify his work, which men behold. So basically, again, we're supposed to remember what Yah did before, right? It's all about remembering, putting things into perspective. This is just more about the Messiah and what's going to happen in the last days. Micah 5:2, you can read through that. It's basically saying like all the people are going to be paid back, and his people are going to live in their true land, Nevada, Utah, peacefully, because they're going to get whatever they need to get at the time that they need to get it. And they're going to do what they need to do, take action, just like Phineas took action and obtained the covenant of peace, covenant of friendship, the everlasting covenant. Trying to see if there's anything else I wanted to highlight. Isaiah 54 also talks about this same event. This is also talking about the covenant of peace, what Yah is going to do. Ezekiel 34, verses 25 to 31. Because the Christians love to say that the new covenant was Jesus on the cross or whatever it is. I can't even remember anymore. But it's not. Yah very explicitly outlines who the covenant is for, right? In all these verses, Ezekiel 34, Isaiah 54, Micah 5:2, who the covenant is for, how it's going to be applied. Yes, it's metaphorical. Yes, you have to study every word. Yes, you have to pray about it to get that deeper meaning understanding, but he does say it. It's right here. Ezekiel 37:24 through 28, all these verses have to do with the covenant, what's coming, what's going to happen. David's going to be the king. And I don't know, a lot of people like to say it's actual King David coming back resurrected. I'm not sure. I personally believe it's probably somebody from the house of David. But Yah is Yah. He's going to do whatever he wants to do. I believe that Ephraim is going to be his right-hand man, possibly his priest. Because there are two messiahs, one king, one priest, in the council of peace, one king and one priest, just like it was in the old days, and the council of peace shall be between them both. And that's what the word says. So one will be a priest upon his throne, and one will be a king upon his throne. I think that's from Ezekiel 37:2. You can Google those words. It'll pop up. Isaiah 9, verse 2. Everybody loves to think this is talking about Jesus. But if you were the enemy and you wanted people to slip up and you wanted to be the stumbling stone, you would get ahead of the game and do your own little interpretation of what the Hebrew scripture said just to trip up everybody. And that's what they did. It's literally that simple. And now they're going around trying to get people on one side or the other. That's why religion is being flashed so much in the limelight right now. A couple of days ago, the fake president wants to say, everybody knows the post that I'm talking about. I don't even want to repeat it. but basically he's going to blow up a whole nation, and then he praised a certain fake deity at the end of his post. He's baiting people. It's all about the God of Yasharel. They know this, and they're doing everything to get people into one box or the other without actually acknowledging what the words on the page say, who the true people are. Because once the true people wake up, it's game over. And they will wake up. That's what Ezekiel 37 is all about. The valley of dry bones, the true nation coming back to life. This is Isaiah 9:2. Again, not talking about Jesus, talking about the true Messiah from the line of David, from the lineal descendants of David, that is going to set things in order and show Yah's word to be true, right? And again, Hosea 2:20, same thing. It's all talking about the same covenant. Metaphorical, literal, all these things. You think he's talking about wild animals? Why would Yah make a covenant with wild animals? He's talking about a certain type of people. All right. I wish I could go a lot deeper than what I went today. I just don't have, the time. I have to do other things to support my household until we go back to living in harmony with Yah. May Yah bless you and keep you. May Yah make his face shine upon you, and may Yah be gracious unto you, the Lord. May Yah lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace. To all my brethren and my sisters of Yasharel, I love you. Hope to see you soon on the mountains of Yasharel, which is Great Basin National Park, ancient Jerusalem. Selah.